Hello! Why is that up? Why is the face cam thing up? Okay. Oops. Hang on.
Ah,
Got,
yeah,
got,
I don't
got,
know.
got.
Technical difficulties.
Sort of. But hello. Welcome to another episode of Galavants through Rashiva.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Uh, I apologize. It's been so long, but we're here. We're here. We're queer. We're ready to get this rolling. Um. Uh.
Are
Okay.
we not ready to steer?
Well, I mean, I am, because I have to steer this herd of cats.
Indeed.
Meow.
Yeah. I would also like to preemptively apologize that I have just acquired Persona 3 Reload today, and that's going to be on my mind the entire time we're playing. So if I make any
Brain rot.
exactly, the brain rot is real. So I apologize ahead of time, and also today we are down a member as our local Motley Nerd is not able to was not able to make it as he is sick today. So it's just us.
Down with the sickness and can't hit the dance floor.
Indeed. But yeah.
Alright. Other than that, we are all present, we're here, and we are ready to go. Now, does anyone want to do the recap for last session?
Bold of you to assume I might remember what happened last session.
Yeah, same.
Reasonable.
Okay. I remember. I remember. Can I do it? Unless someone else wants to do it.
No.
Okay, go big brain boy, since you're always boasting about remembering virtually everything.
I remember what you did. I remember. Okay, so
Can't even remember his own wings.
last season,
Got him.
I make up for it by remembering everything else. So basically, last session we learned and informed the rest of the party about who killed the princess, who killed the Lord Hammer's daughter, and we told the rest of the party. Everyone knows. Not Lana, but Val earned the forgiveness of the Death Goddess. I'm pretty sure he's like on probation. Basically, watch yourself, but no actions will be done against him. We more or less went to the librarian to learn more of the cult, and while there, we also learned more information about the actual person who committed the crime. And we were informed, more importantly, we also encountered our newest party member, Zerzin the Artificer. I'm very much assuming that she is an artificer goblin with the funky little robots.
If
And
No, she's a
go ahead,
barbarian.
Barbarian. She runs people over for car. Terrain.
Carmageddon.
Terrain.
she just pours liquid rage down the drain pipe.
That's my greatest. That's Zerzin's greatest contribution to modern society is the invention of road rage.
Marvelous.
And more importantly, we have all agreed as a collective to work on the festival, because if we do so, we can not only turn it into a trap for the murderer, but also earn favor from the Lord Hammersmith himself, so he'll believe us when we go to accuse the murderer. Also,
All
Laura
right.
totally indefinitely died. Like, she totally died then. Yeah, it was sudden tragic what happened to her. Yeah, can't forget that part.
That is what is known as a lie.
Proof, source. I don't see you remembering if she died or not.
Are you doing the recap? Yeah, I didn't think so, buddy.
It's like,
Yeah, you
oh
know what
yeah,
your
what's your
source
source?
is?
I'm the TM.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
Now, with that recap completed, it had been asked by our resident Gideon that there be something of a time skip to the, having gone home, having taken a bit of a rest. Is that okay with everyone if we continue as such?
Yep.
I am perfectly okay with that.
It works for me.
All right. Then we arrive at the following morning, as indeed most such traditional gatherings of this party begin. Though notably there is an unusually gloomy air, especially around a resident dragonborn. As the breakfast table is set with a simpler meal than last time, there are fewer of the Runeshaper family that have gathered about the table. Most seem off on their own business or doing their own thing. There are still some, however, sat here, along with, of course, Barrick.
Yep, hi.
Now, with everyone having gathered around, what are each of you doing? Anybody actually eating? Anybody talking about anything?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
Well, I know Barrack was probably just taking some, like, eating and probably starting to work on some notes for the upcoming festival. Because he does plan to talk to his dad about it at some point. And see if he could get some help with, or at least suggestions for the general planning from his
Okay.
family.
Sounds like a good start to things.
Okay.
You got this.
And Gideon would more or less, and Gideon would be more or less basically the digging into his food. He is eating very fastly, very quickly. He is more or less not even taking the time to really enjoy this meal. He is just digging in, as it is.
So, yeah, as
Does-
everyone is filtering in, you see Gideon and Barrick there. Barrick trying to pass around some ideas, and Mara, you walk in, you see Barrick like writing some things down, trying to pass some ideas around. Zerzan, you're sort of next to arrive. Val, you're arriving shortly after Zerzan, and indeed, that gloomy air is detectable. It's something that you can feel hanging around the room. Alright. Nobody else is gonna ask any questions? Alright guys, this is me encouraging you to start getting into character. We can't be having the dead air just hanging there.
I think I know what I want to do today. Gideon sort of declares that he finishes his plate. There's this wide almost wary smile on his face. Almost completely different from how he was even the day before. I know exactly what I want to do today.
What's that?
I'm going to go on a walk. Nothing more, nothing less. But I'm going to explore this city.
Okay, have fun then.
Yep. See? And he goes to simply leave. Evil Phineas. Crazy.
Okay, no, nobody's going to stop him.
I don't know why I would try.
The fact that you were saying that makes me very suspicious, but you know, Mara doesn't have that knowledge, so
Okay.
Mara lacks the brain cells required to process this information.
Val's level of fucks to give is pretty low.
So you all see Gideon step out of the room. He's gorged himself on food at the table, and he has left. It's not even as graceful a leaving. He is moving with an odd level of purpose.
Moving, one might say.
he's schmoving.
Mhm.
Leaving Barrick there with ideas at the table and everything else undisturbed.
Yeah, and with Barrick, take a moment to look up, see the rest of the party, and be like, I will say that does seem a little out of character for Gideon, but only so much we could do right now with
We got our plates full handling other
Yeah.
things, plus he's his own person. He's allowed to go off and do his own thing.
yeah.
It's not like any of us really have a right to stop him.
Yeah, fair.
He seems alright. I get a feeling that we are all going to come to regret this decision soon.
Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna come and regret this decision.
It's Gideon.
How long until we found out that Gideon drained the blood of a bunch of orphans or something?
Actually, I'm gonna do this one in character. Val's gonna look over to Barrick and be like, "It's your city this time, not mine." And he's just gonna sip his tea.
Well, I will say, if Gideon does what he did with in your city, even I may not be able to do much to get him out.
What happened?
Oh yeah, you weren't there for that. How do I begin to explain this? We have items that were essentially are. You know what? Fuck this. Barrick, you explain it.
So, You know, I just realized something. Just taking a moment to realize it. Gideon has the items that, likely has the items that, that we're going to be describing, but,
Again, Val knew that. He said what he said. He meant what he said.
mhm. But, so, amongst the party's position, and Barrack will make sure to quiet his voice down so that, um, only the immediate party can hear it. Um, we have some stuff that have like a lot more technologically advanced minded, items, of which some of which include what we describe as quote unquote batteries, and Gideon being Gideon done fucked up and may have done something with at least a handful of batteries to the point where it created a giant ass explosion right outside the capital of Val's country.
Yeah. So bad in fact that a god had to come in and like interfere with it.
I see.
Val shot him like 50 times.
Very well then.
It's okay, he got
well.
better.
One,
He was
well,
fine.
yeah. Well, and hope he got better and thought more about things after that happened, but we can only hope.
Now, it's at this moment that you guys will notice that those other rune shapers are all just sort of staring at you as you mentioned these batteries and getting shot. You may have been speaking quietly, but this is not a house with small ears, as it were. And one of your siblings, or is it a cousin? You actually can't tell in this case. Anyways, one of them clears their throat and says, what was that about things exploding and your friend getting shot so much? What's that all about?
Short of it is he done a stupid. He done something. He likely done something that he should not have done, and caused a major fuck up. From what he has told us after the fact.
And then said rune shaper just looks to the rest of the party and is like, and do you all hang out with, like, pointing at each of you and looking perplexed as if it seems a bit insane that you might remain with the
Zerzan will hold up her hands defensively and say, I just met these people like yesterday.
Yeah, and like Barrack will be like, the only exception is Zerzan, because she only recently met us, like the other day. So she was not aware of some of that shit, some of the stuff that went down. Unfortunately, there's things that are going on that require us to be together, to work together.
Imagine not even knowing someone for a day and you find out that they committed crimes against nature itself.
Gideon the war crime dragon.
Hell yeah.
That Rune Shaper
Oh,
leans
war
in
crime
a
if no
little
one's there to stop you.
and just kind of whispers towards Zerzan, just like, I don't know, I might be careful around these folks. They seem a little dangerous. Maybe you're into that, I don't know.
Well, I will certainly remain as careful as I can.
Nods and just goes, like, takes fork, makes the most, like, I wash my hands of this kind of expression, and just starts back into eating his meal.
The I didn't hear any of this reaction.
Mhm.
So, what are we gonna do today?
Well, we have a festival to plan, do we not?
Yep. At least get started to plan.
Alright.
And I think probably the best ballpark is, best idea is to at least get started with some of the general basics now, and then working on streamlining a few things, and then adding maybe a few extra touches down the line. Because I do believe, if I recall correctly, there's at least a basis there already. It's just working up from that.
So then how are we planning on trapping this guy that we need to? Were we doing that at the festival or some other time?
Barrack looks to the rest, looks at where, looks around for a moment, looks at Zerzan and be like, we will work out those details later.
Okay, fair enough.
But at the very least, we could get some of the basics done now. So I'll probably be working on getting some of that taken care of.
Ooh. I have an idea that we could do for the festival.
What?
Okay. So you know castles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if it was one of those, but it was small and it was bouncy? You could just jump on it, and you would go up in the air, fall down, jump some more. And it's real fun.
I don't know what sort of benefit that will provide to our plan.
It's not for the plan; it's for the
Certainly.
festival. It's fun. It should be fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just one of those things. It's like, that is a good idea, Mara, for the festival in general. Um, Mainly just so that we could have options. Um, I think biggest thing would be seeing how to get that to work. Because I'm assuming it's probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it was skewed a bit more towards kids. But,
Oh,
I mean, we could probably size one appropriately for, people, you know, your guys' height.
woo.
I love that, by the way. Actually discussing the logistics of a bouncy castle.
That is legitimately what's happening right now.
I mean, you have an artificer in your party now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has occurred to me that I am perhaps probably not the most well suited to plan certain parts of this event.
But there is probably certain setup and certain ideas, certain areas that you probably can help with. It's just, I know I'm likely going to be stuck more on figuring out some of the logistics for certain things, but which reminds me, I should probably talk to get some more ideas and stuff from my family, and Brett will probably just spend some time. Like, after he says that, he'll probably just spend some time talking to the rest of his family present, and or going to um uh his like father, just like one and or both of his parents, to let them know what's up with the festival. See if they have any suggestions.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we are currently in the presence of quite possibly one of the most intelligent dwarven families ever. I'm sure they would be willing to help.
Yep.
I could help with some logistical planning, but it occurs to me that I am probably not the best to plan actual, you know, festivities.
Yeah, sounds. Yeah. Um.
Excuse me.
It's like that is a good point. We could definitely get some ideas from the family, my family, and then also double check with the other planners as well. See what was already planned.
Probably be a good idea to do that for sure.
Do we want to kind of split up for a moment just so that we could a few people could work with my family to potentially get some ideas, and then another group get talks to the festival planners.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Split up, cover more ground,
Yep.
do more things at once.
Someone, whoever goes where, should probably swing by and see if they can track down Gideon.
Yep.
Just, double check up on him.
Yeah.
But, Barrack, where are you gonna probably head?
That is a good question. Because I could realistically go to either one, do either one, either talk to the other festival planners or talk to my family to get ideas. Although I will say it might be easier if I go with whoever's going to talk to the other festival planners. Just for ease of smoothing things out.
Yeah, I was about to suggest the same thing because your family here is already seems somewhat familiar with everyone else here, but maybe the other planners would need the reassurance of
Another
dwarf.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. So yeah, probably having you go talk to the planners would probably be the best, and then anyone who essentially doesn't want to go do that should stay here and talk to your family.
Yep. And then some of the more finite details, and he puts that's a little bit of emphasis on finite details. We could head up to my room, or a lot more private area to discuss.
Kinky. I'm sorry. 5-year-old brain kicked in.
I mean, says you. As if we haven't just, spent a chunk of time just crashing in your room and back in your country.
I mean, fair, but you guys had the option to go to your own rooms. I think once that was cleared up, you slept in the library the entire time.
To
You
be
didn't even
fair.
use the room. You used the library as you clicked. There were pillows and blankets on like 2 benches pushed up against each other.
The best sort of bed, and my family would back me up on that.
Yes, but that was only the one that you had in there. You literally did that for the times you wanted to stretch out to sleep. You know how many other nooks and crannies I walked around every so often, and I would just be walking down an aisle to find a book, pick up something, and then look to my left, and there's like a blanket and pillows just shoved in a little corner. And it's like, Barrack was sleeping here. I don't know when, but he was.
Libraries make for the best, you know. Sleeping.
I'm more impressed at the fact that you managed to get a pillow and blanket there. I genuinely expected to just see worn out spots everywhere. Which tells me you had the forethought to bring a pillow and blanket to sleep.
May have also made a few deals with some of your servants.
I'm not even surprised. If you were trying to shock and awe me with that answer, I'm not.
May have also bribed a few of them with my coffee.
Okay, I honestly just thought that was the bargaining tool.
Also
That
that.
would explain a lot. You know, they're probably
So
going through
stupid.
withdrawals right now.
Probably.
That'll be fun
And
to
I
deal with
hope
later.
that you probably didn't even find all, my little hidey hole spots in the library.
Oh, I'm sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure if I opened up some cupboards, there's just like stuff moved aside and you were sleeping in there.
Probably.
I'm gonna find a stack of books in a weird spot, and then it's just like Barrack. Also found the missing books.
I'm good about putting them back. When I'm done.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Anyways, back to the topic at point. So, I can go with you to the planners because that's gonna also like entail probably some royal duties, and I can help to some extent in that regard. Mind you, royal duties I imagine here in the Dwarven country are going to be different than that in the Elven and in White Lyrica
but
specifically.
still doesn't hurt to,
I mean, I imagine you guys are going to have foreign dignitaries, which that would probably be more along the lines of the front that I could assist with.
Yeah. Plus also just, making that bit of like a goodwill gesture as well.
Well,
Wouldn't
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. So that's you and me for the planners. Forrest, I'm so sorry. I am currently drawing a blank on your character's name.
Zerzan.
Yes.
Zerzan, do you want to stay here or go with us to the planners?
Something tells me I would probably be better suited here.
Okay, that's fair. That's where you feel like you'll do the most good or be the most benefit, then you follow your heart on that.
Yeah. Also, considering the Rune Shapers, they love their books. I'm sure you could easily get sidetracked.
Yeah.
My biggest thing as of right now, definitely get some ideas for like the festival, but I would not be like I fully expect for people to get sidetracked sometimes.
Yeah,
Especially considering it's my family.
true.
And you get them on a topic they know about or want to learn more about.
I think if Zerzan directs their energy towards maybe their specialties towards doing something for the festival, they can essentially kill two birds with one stone with that.
That is true.
So, you know, try and keep on topic of the festival activities, but otherwise I think following your heart on this Zerzan will be the best route for you.
I will certainly do my best to stay on topic.
That leaves
that's-
Mara.
That, yep.
Mara, what do you want to do? Go with me and Barrack, or do you want to go and stay here with Zerzan and hang out with the Rune Shapers?
I want to go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right. You good with that, Zerzan? You're gonna probably be here by yourself until either we get back or Gideon decides to show up.
That works for me.
Yep. And
Alrighty.
then Gavin being Gavin, he's probably sick or not feeling
He's-
well or something.
He's either not feeling well or he's
Sleeping in.
sleeping in.
He had a bad night, probably.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave him be for now.
Yep.
He'll join us when he's ready. If he's ever ready. So anyways, I guess if everyone's done eating.
Yep.
If everyone's done eating, we should probably start sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I'm all ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah, same. Yeah, let's go.
And now
I-
the party is
yeah.
split even more than it has been.
Right?
Oh, goody. All right.
That's what we wanted.
Yes, joy of joys, party splitting all apart. My gosh, you guys do this often.
Not
Well,
sorry.
Have less
Okay.
people in a party. That's what I did.
I'm starting to think that might not be such a bad idea, but then we'd have to split this out even further.
Right. I was talking to Barrack about that recently too. But anyways, on track.
Split the party further? Sounds like a plan.
Let's all five of us go in completely different directions.
So I'll just ask, what group would like to go first?
I think Gideon needs some
Yeah.
spotlight. He's been ignored this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
no,
he walked out.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing stuff in the background. Don't worry.
I think we need the spotlight to go on Gideon.
Yeah,
No.
Okay. Although at the same time, I like the idea of going to Gideon, because that also gives me an excuse to do something with Zerzan too, so...
Oh,
Alright.
that's concerning.
Well, you were one of the ones remaining at the house, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Watch out!
Literally the only one remaining at the house.
Watch out, Gideon's right
Except
behind you.
Gav- yeah.
Oh god, Zerzan can't hear us. She has her AirPods in.
So, with that, we will indeed focus in on Gideon and on Zerzan, and as it happens that sometime after the others have left, you're kind of left to explore around the Rune Shaper home, look at all the various paintings of the previous Rune Shaper members, observe that, holy cow, they have a well filled out portrait history of their family line, and
By God, the
wow,
books.
there's a lot of prior Rune Shapers.
Also, by God, the amount of books.
Yes, indeed.
Knowledge.
you see here within these halls more books than, in fact, with your what's your intelligence score?
Let me check real quick. My intelligence score is 15.
Okay, yes. With your intelligence of 15, you're able to reasonably calculate that, there are books here in sufficient number that you would actually expend your lifespan before you could finish reading them.
Heavy breathing.
Avoid the temptation to just be like not leaving.
As you search around, eventually you find yourself back in sort of the main foyer and see Gideon entering in with two curiously robed figures, their faces obscured by some kind of cloth. You see blades at their sides, but they seem docile, almost too much so. And Gideon
Concerned.
stood with them flanking him.
I suppose, for how strange this is, I will try to just observe for the time being.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you just sort of hang back a little and you watch. Now, Gideon, with these two compatriots, what are you doing? Having just re-entered the Rune Shaper home after your outing.
Hold on. My sister's trying to talk to me.
I don't remember getting a sending stone at any point. You know it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold.
That's so stupid. Kill yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Sure thing, boss.
Yes, sir. I think Gideon still has that very sort of smile on his face. Sort of looks around the room. It then just sort of locks on to Zerzan for a moment, and he simply nods at her.
Waves? Hello?
Hello, new companion.
Who are your pals there?
Oh, no important, just some hired help. I just realized a few things.
Hey Lana, a quick question.
Yo.
Uh, I imagine it's not inside currently, so how far away would I be to my fancy cart with my fancy machine?
I mean, it would be sort of inside the stables of the Rune Shaper house. So, I mean, it's just like a walk across the home. It's kind of like behind you. Like you're facing the foyer, door is ahead of you and to the left, with Gideon standing in that doorway.
Okay. Just knowledge I think I should have right now. Hired help. What do you need help with?
There's a lot of things people could use help for. I mean, considering what we're already doing, what we plan to do later, having a few more people on our side couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt a bit.
Just suspect this. So this is probably a very abstract thing to ask. So I like for DM out of game. I feel the need to roll an insight check because something is definitely a little off right now, but I don't know exactly what specific thing I'm inciting for, if that makes sense.
You just roll in general, and then based off of whatever you roll, I'll give you information. Kind of the higher you roll, the more clear information I'll give you.
Okay. I don't really have fantastic insight, so this probably isn't gonna go well. Okay, my dice are just gonna hate me every time I play D&D, and that's a 9.
Okay. I mean, with a 9, you don't know what's up. I mean, it's more than obvious that something strange is happening. The details escape your observation, but it's more than clear something has shifted.
I would also just
Well,
like
I
to
don't
say
have
I
any
apologize,
information that I
stream,
didn't already.
if you heard that, because I forgot that the stream is recording my Discord. So I just watched that video without
anyway,
thinking. So
well,
apologies.
yeah, I guess there's a lot of things people could use help with, but it's just that not many things usually require armed help. That's usually a very specific thing that is requiring that kind of help.
I don't see how that's a problem. Armed or not, it's good that they can defend themselves. Defend me.
Are you worried
You
you're
don't have
going
a problem
to
with it. Go on. Speak.
have a reason to believe you will need some self-protection?
Of course I do. Maybe
Well,
not now. Maybe not in a day, but eventually.
don't you already have a group of people who seem willing to do what they need to help you?
And it's even more a problem. Because I sure hope you're suggesting it isn't.
I'm not saying anything is or isn't a problem. I'm just seeking answers.
And there's some answers you shouldn't be reaching for.
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that thought.
And indeed, we'll have to. Now, where are the others?
They're out right now.
Out.
Yes.
I see. I guess I can simply wait.
Or
For them to return. What else? Or suppose I can just go back out.
well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, what you can't do. I just stayed behind so I could talk to the rune shapers about how to plan this festival thing. So if you see the need to go back out, then you go ahead and do that. I won't try to stop you.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't. You're not that stupid. In fact, we should both talk to room savers. Any information is good information.
Any information is good information.
About the festival, about whatever they're planning. Doesn't matter, but I'm sorry, what were you going to ask them about?
The rune shapers, just to get their thoughts on the best way to put this festival together. I mean, this is something that can benefit from, more heads being put together to come to a solution. They all seem like they're very knowledgeable and they would know pretty well how to plan things. And this is a very complicated thing that needs planning. So, I mean, I guess I don't have any specific questions I'm asking them about, just sort of seeking advice and guidance on the best way to go about this.
Right, right. Then we should start going then.
Going?
To the rune savers. Or was your plan to simply wait around until they stumble across you?
I mean, we're already here in their home, aren't we?
Indeed.
Well, um, I suppose I will let you lead the way.
Very well then. Come along, you two. Let's go find a room safer. And Gideon begins to walk.
As Gideon starts to walk, the two cohorts, they kind of jolt into action and begin marching alongside him, their gait unusually precise.
I don't want to do the same thing a zillion times, but is there any way I could roll, like, I don't know, some sort of investigation of perception or whatever to see if I recognize that sort of movement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cat is a natural 19.
Excellent. 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 So, what you recognize is that is no normal organic motion. It is organized as such, yet it is not natural. It would have to be animate by magic of some kind. It would have to be propelled. It's so ordered that it could only be some sort of an animate creature, be that raised undead or something else.
Oh no.
Gideon went ahead of me, right?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Um,
As I
I-
recall, also, just as a real quick, I believe you were given a sending stone in order that you could remain in contact with the rest of the party. I believe you were, at least.
I don't remember that. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I just don't remember being given one.
I don't remember.
I at least remember us talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, since we hand waved, like, going back to the house and like that night, we could just say that, Zerzan being handed a sending stone could have happened during that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also, I think I also vaguely remember Gideon, or not Gideon, sorry, Dr. Gavin giving Zerzan one. It was right after I think when you guys went to the Church of Life to go and retreat, or just before you guys went to the Church of Life to get Val.
Okay.
But yeah, I will say, it could be easy enough to say if Zerzan didn't get one before since we hand waved, like the night.
Yeah. Long story short, regardless, I would have one by now.
Yeah, like
Yep.
somebody would have given her a sending
Okay.
stone.
Then, that aside, I know I have that. I'm going to write that in my sheet. Otherwise, I'm not going to remember that I have that.
Mhm.
As long as the way is clear, I'm going to try to really quickly shuffle my way to my Colossus.
Okay. Gideon, what is your passive perception?
Let me sec. Ba. Ba 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 ba. Let's see. Passive perception is 12.
Okay. And Zerzan, your dex?
My dex score is 12. My dex mod is a +1.
Okay. So I will have you roll. We'll call it sleight of hand. Yeah.
All right, another dice roll I get to fail. Oh my goodness. Whatever. It's an 11. Cool. I love that none of my dice are capable of rolling above a 10.
Okay. You do, however, back out. You do back out. You're already on your way to the Colossus. What this just means, though, is that Gideon, you notice that after about a minute or so, about 60 seconds pass, you can no longer hear Zerzin's footsteps behind you.
He stops and immediately starts looking around. This on the spot.
Surprise, there's a bomb at his feet. I pickpocketed a grenade into his pocket.
Pipe bomb! Okay.
Oh, pipe
You look
bomb.
around, and you see no sign of Zerzin. None at all. Now, in the time that you spend looking,
Message
Zerzin...
doesn't. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
My bad. My bad.
Finish your sentence, please.
Message doesn't require me to actually see her, correct?
It
Yes,
does...
I'm aware that she exists.
And I do not believe message requires you to have line of sight.
Uh,
A very simple message is
it does
placed into
say.
Zardin's mind. A very simple. But go ahead.
I will say, are you talking about the cantrip message?
Sending some message if that's the cantrip.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, go ahead. Sending stone message is different.
Let's say Jordan has a very simple question appear in her mind. Where are you going?
No response.
He breathes in, he breathes out, and proceeds to keep walking.
Alright, Zers, you're able to get aboard your cart, activate its mechanism, deploying thus your suit of armor, so dubbed the Colossus, and are able to board.
I will head back in.
Okay. Now, armored and armed, you return back in. And, Gideon, you hear the mechanical noises of Zerzin's suit of armor approaching.
He pauses, orders his two skeletons to stand beside him, and he turns to fake the noise.
Okay. You see Zerzin stood there on the opposite end of one of these halls. And do you look battle ready, Zerzin, or are you just wary? What's your... How are you posturing yourself?
I have my mace in hand, but my actual pose is one that's basically saying essentially a passive stance of I don't want to fight, but if you want to fuck around, let's find out.
Sponge car stance.
What?
The fucking SpongeGar meme. Hang on.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. Okay, I didn't understand what you said the first time around. Yeah, okay. I do know what you mean. I guess to describe it more specifically, I would be standing with mace in hand, but that arm is behind me and notably away from him, and my unarmed side is the one that's front. So I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm armed, but I am not posturing myself in an aggressive manner.
Gideon simply looks Zerzan up and down in her battle suit. He eyes up the mech, eyes up the weapon, and the sides of his mouth curl up a little bit more. The smile grows ever so slightly. And why are you in that, my friend?
I don't trust you right now. Something's wrong.
Don't trust. A lot of things are wrong. You think I'm one of them?
Are you looking for an honest answer or one that'll make you feel good?
Doesn't matter. Just say whatever you want.
Something's wrong about you, and I sure as hell don't like your friends.
They're under my command, under my control. You shouldn't have anything to be afraid of them.
I'm just sort of fixing you with a look. Eyes squinted, suspicious look.
And he simply stares back, smile not changing for a moment. He looks confident in himself. More confidence than Zerzan has seen in him since the days of met. Go on then. If you're going to do something, do it.
I don't have a reason to yet, but I am telling you right now that if something happens, I will be the first to swing my weapon. I'm keeping an eye on you.
You're if only you knew. If I was going to do something and you tried to stop me, it would be something extremely drastic. Something that might. It's my history here. You wouldn't want that to happen now, would you?
Same suspicious look.
He simply keeps her stare. Continues to stare at her.
I haven't known you long enough to have issues throwing hands if I have to.
And neither would I have any qualms on striking you down if you try.
Don't give me a reason to, then. I will not be the first to
Oh,
make a move.
I won't. Good, because I sure as hell would be the last to. Oh, and one more thing. If you tell anyone, you inform even one more party member, I'll make sure that this entire part of the kingdom burns down. Let me make that clear.
You're not exactly doing a whole lot to help your case here.
Oh, I know. But are you gonna trust me on that? Do you want to try to trust that? Or rather, trust that I won't?
So, question for DM.
Yeah.
Where the hell is the rest of the Rune Shapers? How is this not a thing that has been brought to their attention yet? Because we're actively in the, like, Rune Shaper, I don't know, mansion or homestead or whatever you want to call it, aren't we?
Indeed. It's a big house,
I
and
was
it's very
imagining
easy to
they were-
get lost in
I
a
was
book.
just imagining they were like, yeah, that's sort of
Yeah.
imagining they were like in a side hallway or something.
Pretty much.
I honestly would not be surprised if there's someone somewhere who's listening in, just not immediately in the vicinity.
Well,
But
like-
yeah,
Damn, the dramatic book reading.
Because, I don't know, just the way I was thinking of it is, yes, this is a very large facility, but the Rune Shapers are also an impossibly large family. There's a reason why their house is so damn big. I don't know what
And,
part of the house we're in exactly, but I feel like there would probably be someone at least within earshot. I mean, this is Dwarven, so I'm assuming this house is very cave-like, where sounds would echo pretty hard.
and Lana, you said so yourself that dwarves do be nosy.
Yes, I did say so. But this is how I'm figuring it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, if
For
I need to
now.
have somebody interrupt,
Uh-oh.
then I shall. Now, granted, if you were to call out and make something about this altercation or altercation to be known, somebody could come to your aid in moments.
And it's always disappointing to find out that a 5e spell doesn't work the same as its 3.5 counterpart. Okay, so further questions, just because I don't know how things work.
Yep.
The sending stones. Is sending a message through the sending stones like broadcasted to I don't know, everyone on the same channel, or can I select a specific person to send a message to?
You could specify. We've done that before.
Yes, it has been established that you may specify a recipient.
And I don't have to actually speak the words, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Hey, Barrett.
Yes.
You hear a little something in your mind. The voice of your little goblin companion. So I found Gideon, and he's currently in your home with a couple of minions that seem to be under his control and are moving very unnaturally.
That's a little bit concerning.
I am here in my Colossus, trying to stall.
Sounds like we should probably deal with the planners later.
Yes.
I'll let the others know.
You would very... I'm trying to think how to put this. You would definitely pick up on an aura of an emotion somewhere between fear and concern.
But could definitely pick up on the fact that like even Surzan like feels that something's off with Gideon.
Yes. He described these minions of his as skeletons.
Did he also mention anything about control?
He said they were under his control.
I question where he got that spell. I'll let the others know, and we'll be back trying to make our way back ASAP.
If you have any way to notify your family, I don't know if a message could travel quicker than your feet could carry you. I don't know how much time we have.
I do have the regular spell sending, so I'll let him know. At least let my parents let people know as we're heading back.
Go get your mama.
But yeah, I'll let the other two know, and we'll make our way back.
Thank you.
And for Mara and Val, you see Barrick, seemingly perk up at something, and, like abrupt stop, turns around, starts walking back, pings the other two via sending zone,
We gotta
like
go.
Mara and Val, and it's just like, so Surzan found Gideon. He's acting off, and she's requesting our help back at the Runeshaper house. He does have two companions with him, it seems like, and he described them as skeletons under his control.
Oh boy, here we go, beating up Gideon again.
You're right.
Again?
So
I don't think Zerzan would have heard that part. It seemed directed very specifically at you guys, but
Yeah.
So, obviously Val following suit.
Yep.
So we're going to
We're gonna
when
deal
we
with
head
it.
yeah,
We'll
when we get back, we're going to tell them that the planners were not available to talk today.
or not available to talk right now.
Yeah, not available to talk right now, but later. So that'll be our excuse for why we're suddenly back.
Yep.
Because I don't imagine, and Lana, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't imagine we're very far.
Yeah, it's only been like 30 minutes, I think. I'd guess.
I'd say 30 to 45 max.
Lana?
Yo. As for passage of time, yeah, maybe like 30, 45 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, our excuse will be that they told us to come back later.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are heading back. I will let a few people know back at the Rune Shaper family, because I would not be surprised if shit hits the fan.
Yeah. With that, actually, I'm going to summon Polaris to get us back faster. I don't currently have, unfortunately, his stat sheet pulled up because he's changed shape, but Polaris is currently a red dragon. So we can use him to get back faster since it's just the 3 of us. Mara,
Yep.
Barrick, Mara, yeah.
Yep.
Mar, Barrick,
Val,
so.
yeah.
If you guys aren't able to make it back in time or notify the Rune Shapers in time, I do have a spell on hand that could very effectively alert everyone in this building very quickly.
But yeah,
We should be able to make it back in time. I think with Polaris and the fact that we're already on our way back, and then Barrick
Barrick has the actual sending spell, which is about, like, I was about to be like, hey, I'm popping the use of that spell to my father to be like, hey, seems to be a situation seems to be happening between certain party members. Things could go south.
Alright, that is the message that you are sending.
Yeah.
You receive a reply back. It will be handled. I thought you were just gonna cast knock. Just have that thing resound for the surrounding, like, 300 miles or whatever ridiculous radius of sound
300
knock
feet.
makes.
Well, I know there's like certain spells where it's like it's like thunderclap, thunder wave, or something, where it's like, oh, you hear it for like 300 feet.
Yeah. Thunderclap is you create a burst of thunderous sound which can be heard 100 feet away.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
God.
I'm not going to cast it, but if shit goes down and I need backup really fast, that'll alert a lot of people very quickly.
Indeed. So, yeah, Zerzan, you start to hear sounds of others in the home around you shifting place, and it sounds like the building has become unusually active as opposed to the quiet which surrounded it before.
I just brace myself because I don't know what Gideon's gonna do about this, because it's very clear I did something.
I'm assuming Gideon can also hear how active this house appears to become, right?
yeah, you can tell that, you know, there's certainly a hustle and a bustle that there wasn't before.
He closes his eyes for a moment. Then, very simply, very softly, calls out, hello, anyone? I appear to be lost. Can someone please help me out? While staring dead at Zurgen.
Roll deception.
All right.
This works.
12.
Allow me to do just a. I now have to navigate around my cat because she just hopped up on my lap like, just now. It's like,
Sudden
you
cat
need to roll
jump scare.
dice.
The cat
Cats
also
insisting
looks
on
over
making themselves a problem at all times.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Alright, let's see if they buy that. No, they do not. So they roll up. You know, there's about 3 behind you, Gideon, and then another 4 behind Zerzan. You say that. They look at you. One uses prestidigitation to create a gust of wind and whoosh the facial coverings off your 2 cohorts. Indeed, revealing them to be skeletons. And then they just kind of look at you.
Bruh. What the fuck, bro? We let you into our house and this is how you treat us?
I swear they're very clean skeletons.
I sanitized them.
Well then, how do you want to play this?
I feel like that's up to you more than it is any of us.
You're the one who decided to alert the guards, despite me rather explicitly saying what the consequence of that would be.
The hell? Artificer can cast Thorn Whip? Sorry. I'm going through the spell list. That one just caught me off guard. For now, I just don't say anything. I'm just fixing you with that same stare.
He simply stares back. I'm assuming the party is like approaching or is about to enter.
You can imagine that they will be shortly.
Ah. What? I'm such a problem. If such an issue, why don't you simply let me walk out?
At this point, I don't know how much we can trust you if we do allow that to happen.
And do you trust me to be within this household if something were to happen?
Frankly, I don't trust you with anything at all right now.
Oh, 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 funny. I'm assuming you told the party then.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what they think about this then.
You hear the beating of wings, landing outside, telltale sound of Polaris making landfall, and quickly the familiar sounds of equipment jostling of the rest of your party. Val and Mara, the first to run in, followed shortly by Barrick. And, yeah, your family leads you, and you see this confrontation between Zerzan, your family, and Gideon. And, Cleric Boy.
Yes.
Fireball.
I mean, as long as you know the size of the room.
I didn't ask how big the room was, did I? I don't even think I can cast that. No.
Yeah, you wanna roll religion?
Yes, I can do that. Get on religion.
Let's see what Captain Nollig can roll up here.
That is a total of an 18.
Zam.
Plus 6 to religion does help.
Okay. With your knowledge and understanding, what you witness is your knowledge of the Ethera, that is, magic as it flows in its natural state. What you know of the Ethera is that it forms differently around people who wield its powers differently. Gideon's before was that of devotion, of a firm holding onto a series of beliefs, indeed the very nature of an oath. A firmly held set of tenets so believed in that they grant power in and of themselves, acting as a focus for Ethera, like spells do for wizards and sorcerers, and yourself also. What you see now is that it is aimless around him. It is a rolling storm. It's going against the grain of itself. It's cascading and swirling. It is without any oath to guide it.
Ah, so an oath breaker, essentially, as of now.
Kill this guy.
Murder.
There's only one thing for it. Fireball.
Well, he wouldn't immediately go straight for that. Considering Beric is a knowledge cleric, he would take one look at that and be like, this goes deep.
So can I have it so that as soon as Mara comes in, she just immediately sees the skeletons, and then Scorching Ray.
Absolutely, roll it.
All right. I'll do 2 of the 3 shots on one of them, and the third on the other. Okay. Here we go. My fire. My spell attack bonus is 10. Oh. So, one of them was a nat 1. The
Okay,
next
that does not hit.
The next one was a nat 20.
Okay.
They even out.
It's like sounds about right. The dice gods.
Take us through the dice did this.
And the third one is a 29.
Jeez. Wow.
Okay. So, one of them, like, has that sixth sense and ducks. The moment that it ducks, though, you're able to kind of adjust your aim, and the scorching ray strikes it again. And the other one is indeed hit, and you just dead smacked that one with your other scorching ray.
Alright. Do crits apply to magic, or is it just physical?
I've generally treated that crits apply to magic also.
Alright. So...
Which means, yes, you guys may roll crits on magic. Have fun with that.
Alright. Then... The crit does... 3, 9... 15 fire damage. And the non-crit does... 8.
Okay. Gideon, go ahead and subtract that from your skelly boys.
Let me check the seconds health. I don't think they have that much. Skeletons. Skeletons. The scorching way is the straight up. It hits and does damage, right? Let's see. Yeah, then we have 13 HP.
Alright.
So they would both be dead, I'm assuming, or one
no.
would be alive, but
Yeah.
barely
I think-
hanging on.
One would be outright dead. The other one looks very close to being dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, you straight up
Incinerate.
atomic obliteration one of those skeletons and see the dust billow out from the cloak, and its sword and cloak clatter to the ground.
Alright, Gideon.
Died like Obi-Wan.
Alright, Gideon.
Sorry.
Step away from the bones.
Girl, making this so much more difficult than it has to be. Let me put it another way. And with this, he'll use Sending Zone to speak to the party in private. So the rune sapers cannot hear. This will be to the entire party and no one else. If any of you try to stop me, if any of you get in my way, if any one of you tries to command me, I will blow up this entire house and this entire fucking kingdom if I have to. All it would take is me to stomp down my heel on the battery. Simply fucking hit where it's located. And I clear.
Hey Lana, do those batteries give off magical energy at all?
Only if you cast Detect Magic.
Beautiful. Detect magic.
Okay. Now, Gideon, do you actually have any of them on your person, readily accessible?
He does, at least two.
Okay. Then what you see is the overly ordered aura of magic that is telltale of the batteries. You see it as this almost too perfectly ordered array of Ethera.
All right. I wish to do a cold shot.
Okay.
I'm going to take. Oh God, hold on. I gotta double check this because I haven't actually used this yet. Okay, we're not gonna do that. That is overkill. We are just going to pull out our normal longbow.
Okay.
And we're going to shoot Gideon in the knee.
Okay.
No one make a Skyrim joke. I swear if someone makes a Skyrim joke.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Mara,
Do it!
I
Finish
will
it!
break you.
And then
I
I
will
got, and then
fly
I took
to
an arrow to
Texas.
the knee.
All right. So Lana, how do you want to roll this for being this precise? Do you just want to roll this? I can't imagine that just rolling this as a normal attack, right?
So the way I've done it is that you will roll at disadvantage. However, should you hit, it will be a guaranteed critical.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. All right. God, I don't know which dice I want to roll. All right. I got it. It's so nervous. I don't know why. First roll is a 16. 6 looked like a 5 for a second. That'll be a 16 with a +9. And you said disadvantage, so 16 is my lowest.
Okay, and Gideon, your armor class.
20.
For me, that's a full 25 to hit.
That tip typing is making me nervous.
Yeah, making me nervous too.
Okay. So what are you guys doing then?
I hit Gideon in the knee with an arrow.
All right. Did you roll damage?
Oh, I thought you said it's critical, right?
Indeed.
Wait a minute.
You did beat his armor class, even with the disadvantage.
Yeah. I have to be reminded how do you do criticals because I'm used
Double
to
dice.
Double dice. Okay, so 2d8s.
More dice make brain go blurt.
Yes.
That'll
More
be
numbers.
What is it? Clear, that is. No, only +4. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. That'll be 14 damage in total.
You might have to say that one a bit louder.
14 damage in total.
Okay. Gideon, as you're standing there, you see, before you can really react at all, Val, in almost like one smooth motion, drawing the bow with one hand, an arrow with the other, snap, knocking it onto the string, pulling back, and loosing, like all as one fluid, singular motion. That arrow, the adrenaline of the moment, perception heightened, flies, straight impacts you in the knee. Pain surges, and you are forced down into a kneeling position in order, just as a reflex reaction.
So we have Gideon basically now
On his knee.
on his knee. That wasn't the word I was looking for. And I can't think of the word I'm thinking of now. And it's brain go burr. Incapacitated. That's the word. At least partially incapacitated.
For the moment.
Yeah, for the moment. I could still use movement. Yeah, I'm going to approach Gideon and retrieve the 2 batteries that are on him, since I can still see them with detect magic.
Yep.
Actually, didn't think to look how long detect magic lasts.
10 minutes,
Oh, sweet. I got plenty
Okay.
of time.
if I recall.
Now,
Yeah.
as you are forced into this kneeling position, Koga, you, Gideon, feel magic. You feel magic emanating from Barrack that is affecting your own, that is affecting you. It is a sense of order. It is a sense of that pressing order which up till now had so mentally held you together. What you can tell is Barrack is trying to reestablish that order. What do you do?
Let's see. Chatty catty from your end. That's...
What?
See, let me check my options real quick. Let's see what's still silent. I want to see what Lana says real quick before I try this. Hi.
You didn't notice anything.
Hello.
Hmm. Let's see. You stay the hell away from me! I finally get my freedom, and this is how you fucking treat me? Your friend? And Gideon's gonna point up and cast Hellish Rebuke right on Val as a reaction.
Okay.
Boy.
Make me a dex saving throw, if you will.
You said dex saving?
Yep.
Yep.
It was not that number. You know, instead of picking my dice up so I can accidentally, rotate them, I should just turn on my fucking lamp so I can actually read them.
No.
Because I almost said the wrong number. That would be a 15.
That is not enough to pass the dex save.
Oh no. Oof.
That would be 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage? Okay. Sure.
Yep.
Gain your freedom, and yet you're acting psychotic.
Wasn't done to do a damn thing. I wasn't done to do a dog's damn thing.
I'd like to remind you, you were the one who told us that we weren't allowed to exhume the princess's body, and yet here you are walking around with corpses. Talk about being a fucking hypocrite.
No fucking shit. You don't understand a goddamn thing now, do you?
No, I don't understand a goddamn thing because you're holding yourself up like a goddamn vampire.
Like a vampire, huh? Alright. I say then. Let's see what a fucking vampire will do then. He's gonna look dead in Val's eyes and try to cast command him.
What do I... Is there a
Wisdom.
save for that? Wisdom save?
Yep.
Alright. What the fuck, dice?
Oh no.
That is 9.
His command is trust.
I didn't hear that. What was it?
His command is trust.
Crush?
As in trust the cube.
I have a question real quick.
Yep.
I also have a question.
What the hell am I allowed to do? Because we don't
I have no
have
idea either.
initiative rolled up right now.
Pretty much anything. You want to do something? Interject and do it.
Yeah.
I want to run up and punch Gideon in the face so hard with my Colossus that it knocks him out.
Okay, do it.
I also have another question for you, Lana.
Mm-hmm.
Have I started play with my gears?
I believe I did say yes. I believe I did
Okay.
say you had one set to use.
Okay.
I have 2 questions, Lana.
Alright, go for it.
First off, does Zurzin do that before or after the command has already been given?
Command is a single target spell, correct?
Single target spell. Yep. Unless I heighten it.
Oh, I will say, hey, the spell command has no effect if the target is undead, if it does not understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
That was my next question. Given the fact that Val is aware that destroying this battery would harm him, is that even a command that would go through?
I believe, indeed, by that ruling, it would make off the desk, cat.
I heard so much crinkle.
Because it is specifically worded in command that if the command is directly harmful to it, there.
There's so much retaliation.
I do just want to bring that up because the party knows how harmful it could be.
Cat is very loud.
Sorry, guys, I mistakenly opened some beef jerky with my cat there.
Do not ignore me, father.
Feed me, father, for I starve.
Mickey's just like, no more D&D for you for a moment. Give me.
It's so funny.
I'm not going to be able to be a character hearing that.
Every 5 seconds in the background.
Okay, cats have been distracted.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then that would also be my next question. Does command work on Val given that knowledge? Because I feel like given what we do know about it, that destroying that would be no different than if Gideon handed Val a knife and said to stab himself.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So yeah, that does not go through.
Yeah. So how we'll play it is you feel the compelling power of command. You feel Gideon's words like pushing your mind, but then that realization of harm, it snaps those words like a twig.
Okay. Perfect.
And just as you are shaken from it, you watch as thump, thump, thump. And being as Gideon is down on one knee, I will just allow your punch to hit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he would be technically prone anyways, so it would be advantage regardless. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble recollecting rules, so don't listen to me if I'm wrong.
Me running up to Gideon, getting ready to throw the wildest haymaker the world has ever seen. Hey, shit ass!
He must be a Belmont.
But no, I will say prone
appreciate
does
that.
give advantage to whoever's attacking the prone. person so long as they are within 5 feet of it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
stop there. I already said he hits.
All right. So I just slammed Gideon right in the face. Just big punch. My aim is more to knock out than anything.
Like non-lethal damage is a thing, right?
Yep.
It is. But yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
what would that damage be? Since I'm not using my weapon, I'm not using my mace, I'm just punching him in the face. But this is not a normal fist. This is still a hunk of wood and metal.
Indeed, we'll roll it as. Heck, I'll be generous. We'll roll it as a D12.
A D12? Okay. 1d12. Plus, what was the strength mod granted by that set of gears? Because strength adds to damage, does it not? Or is that not a thing you do?
That would be a better Barrack question.
For what, artificer?
Well, I mean, just in damage in general. So, like the way at least I run my campaign is when you roll for damage, you roll your weapon's damage dice, and then you add your strength mod to that damage. I don't know if that's
even
a
if
thing
you
you guys
like,
do.
That's basic D&D rules, yeah.
yeah,
Even in 5e.
Okay.
yeah, no, it's like I will say, like I'm just gonna refer to unarmed strike for a moment because this is probably quote unquote similar. On a hit, an unarmed strike deals damage equal to like 1 plus strength mod. So it would probably be similar.
Okay. Then that damage would be a total of 10. And damage right to Gideon's face.
All right, make sure you add that damage there, Gideon.
I did.
Okay, then what are you doing?
For his funky, wonky, let's see. There's only one skeleton alive, so you only have 2. He is going to use his, let's see, it's not the right spell. This is the right spell. He is going to use a bonus action to command his skeleton to run through Val, to just straight up stab him.
I thought both
Skeletons
skeletons
get
were dead.
incinerated.
It's only one is about to die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
one
just
is near
misheard
death, but is still alive.
that. Okay, I just
could have
misheard
punched
then.
the skeleton.
I mean, it would be running past you. You could try and make it an attack of opportunity.
I just assumed that they were both directly in front of Gideon. I didn't think Val was, like, directly behind him.
No, Zerzan, who is directly in front of you.
Oh. Well, sure. I guess for this one, I would swing my mace at it instead. Wow, the mace actually deals less damage than the fist.
probably has a better to hit though.
Yeah, well, it's an attack of opportunity, so it hits anyway, doesn't it?
No.
No, sir. You do still roll for it. It's basically
Oh.
like you're reaching out as try and whack as they're running past.
Okay, so that's a modified 22.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yeah, that'll fucking hit.
And then that would be 8 damage.
That
Okay.
is directly the health it had left.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cue the
Nice.
Lego death sound. So yeah, the skeleton, who was like full sprinting, just yeets the sword, which does still sort of whack into you, Val.
I forgot we had that.
So I still get hit with the sword then?
I mean, if you want, you can take 1 damage. I wasn't going to have you take any damage from it. Just more be like rattled by the strike.
All character development, take the damage.
Yeah, fuck it. I want the damage. I want to be hurt.
Okay.
Yes, hurt me
Take 2
harder,
points of
daddy.
damage, then.
Actually, that would be 5 damage because Aura of Hate makes it go up by 4.
Oh,
Okay.
Actually.
Pushes glasses up on nose, takes hit from inhaler.
Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I still have my main action. I just fit my bonus action. Fuck it, evolve. Didn't try to use his metallic breath weapon, specifically inveritating breath.
Okay, what that do?
Please, con saving throw or become incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Dang.
And it takes up an attack action. I can only use it once though.
What's the range on it?
Wait a sec. Blah blah blah.
Because that is important.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Let me move on over.
Hurry up!
I think-
Hurry up!
I think breath attacks are like
You get 15
between
foot. Like,
15.
It is a 15-foot cone.
Yeah.
I mean, being as you guys have kind of gotten into altercations, my goodness, Mickey, could you not? All right. Yeah. Go ahead and make the con saves, guys.
I think the
Wall
better
is being
question would be
affected.
who would be within 15 feet cone
I mean,
besides
clearly I would be,
yeah.
but...
besides Surzan.
Zurzan and probably Val, because I don't think he's well, no, because Val was approaching. Never mind.
Yeah, you went
Not
up to grab
processing.
the things from him.
Yeah, I went to grab the things from him, grabbed one. He used command to have me crush it. That didn't work. You punched him in the face. So yeah, I'm probably like right behind you.
Okay, so con saves.
You know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm also gonna say Mara approached behind Val. So.
What the fuck?
You need to get new toys.
My dice absolutely like it is such a mixed result. Like
I have-
sometimes, some days it's fine. Other days it's like this.
I have rolled with a different die every single time I've rolled a dice today, and I've only had one not be completely miserable.
Meanwhile, I'm over here with the dirty 20.
You need to shit a lot.
I got
I got
an
a-
11.
I got a lousy 9. 9.
9999.
Anything below 15 sells.
Hooray.
I didn't hear you, Koga. What'd you say?
Under
The
15. failed.
DC is 15.
Oh yeah, I definitely still take it. What is the damage?
No damage. You just become incapacitated until my next turn.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
sorry, my
go,
next turn.
go plop.
All right. I'm gonna
The
blame the
sleepy
chatty cat
eating
who's behind
gas.
me.
I don't know why all of my dice hate me today.
Dice gods, man.
Tragic.
They hated me last Friday too. My dice just don't like me.
I say, I have the funky wonky. Okay, so that takes up one of my attack actions, so I have to do another. Val and Zerzan is incapacitated. Mara's looking dandy and fine. To get out of prone, I have to expend half my movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have like 15 left.
I don't know, would you also be further slowed because you kind of have an arrow in your leg?
That was the intention of me shooting him in the knee.
And that's not to include the fact that there's several of Barrick's family right there.
Oh, what are they doing this whole time?
Probably making sure we don't destroy their house.
Yeah. The whole time they're just like, can you guys just please move this outside?
I mean, most of them are just kind of observing. Like they're in a combat stance, but they're not jumping in because it's a very small environment.
I like to imagine some of them have started passing out drinks like, come watch the giant mech beat a dragonborn. But anyways.
As well, Gideon, I will have you roll for perception.
Yes, sir.
While he's doing that, can I have Mara attempt to cast Charm Person? I don't know why I'm asking. I cast Charm Person, please.
Okay.
So okay, so Gideon cast I want you to do a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Perception is 14. Sorry, perception is 4.
Okay. Not enough. Alright, carry on with your charm person.
Wisdom saving throw with advantage?
Yes, sir.
No, it does have to, business and systems.
Not at all what I wanted.
That is a 29
Oh.
and a 23.
Well, all right. Yep. You succeeded, and you know that I tried to charm you.
Be gone, thought.
Alright, I'll continue my turn then. Let's see, I still have
You
an
see,
attack
we need a
option left
Gloria,
movement.
please.
Yeah, I did spend half my movement to stand up. And I would use the other half And I'll use my second attack to replace it with the fire breath weapon. Yippee!
Second attack. What?
Paladins did extra attacks. Like fighters did like 4, paladins did 2.
Huh.
Also, while we're on the subject, we should probably roll initiatives sooner rather than later.
I have had plans as for not rolling initiative. I had actually thought of asking for it, but
Oh.
I do have purpose in mind.
All right then.
Okay.
As well, Gideon, you did not roll high enough on that perception. So everyone, what you see is Doc Gavin dart around the corner, make a leap basically, sailing silently through the air, and driving his sunblade through Gideon's back and out the other end.
Ugh.
Oh, jeez.
Val has no reaction to this.
Dude. I'm incapacitated. I can't have a reaction to this.
I meant more like a reaction, as in like facially.
Right.
He's not
At
shocked or
this
awed.
point,
So-
actually,
So a total on that damage for the Sunblade attack would be 10. Actually, 10, 6, and 6.
math is happening. Everyone hold on.
34 points of radiant
34.
damage.
Ooh.
Ooh, radiant as well.
Oh, are you at half hit points or above half hit points before that attack?
I was above half.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right. Now, here's part of the
Mhm.
reason I didn't have us going into turn order. Is at this point, Zerzan, that you would be kind of picking your head back up after you'd just been hit with the knockout gas. So you are just catching as you see the blade being pulled out of Gideon and Gavin stepping back.
I also had a bonus action. I'm going to use the dancing sword to make an attack. I had thrown it up while I was sneaking.
Okay.
That was not supposed to be at advantage. I'm supposing a 10 does not hit.
Nope. AC 20.
Well, that's a quick dodge there.
Your sword attempts to swing, and Gideon, even though you've just been holed through, you do manage to just kind of tilt your head out of the way in order to evade the strike. And I will now need Gideon and Mara for private time in the DM chat.
All right.
Oh no.
Yes.
Ooh.
Mostly because I want stream to hear this one. So Mara, I will ask you to stay on mute if you would please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll see you both there.
Gorsh.
There
What
you
up?
go. Okay. After you dodge this dancing sword, everything around you freezes. Time perfectly halted. Everyone's bodies are in the exact positions that they were moments ago, frozen in place. You, however, are able to move. You look around, and you see that one of the Rune Shaper family is clapping his hands and walking toward you. Then you witness magic shimmer across his person, and you see that it is Calvin, clapping his hands with a most pleased smile. He then bends down, both hands on his knees, looking into your eyes. He says, "Now, Gideon, oh, Gideon, oh, you're starting to be a real favorite of mine. You're starting to be just a real favorite. I love the gusto. I love the, it's not quite betrayal, but I like it. Oh, I like it so much nonetheless. Now, what I'll ask is, would you like to die here for your cause, for your beliefs? You know, you're wanting for your own freedom, everything. Or would you like to live? What do you say?
I did not trade away I did not fight for my freedom just to be under control of someone else. I did not trade away a god for a devil.
Oh, no,
If you're trying,
that's not what I'm offering. I'm just offering to let you live. That's all.
what
Do you
are
want
you
it?
implying?
I just whisk you away.
Whisk me away?
Mm-hmm. After all, it doesn't look like such a good situation here. Now, you only have 20 seconds left to decide.
Oh, I have a decision. I have a decision of how to keep my freedom. And I think you will be very pleased indeed.
"15 seconds. Do you want me to
Lana,
keep you alive or not?" Okay, go ahead.
can Gideon access that? Can he access his card that he drew?
Yeah.
Gideon begins just laughing. Oh, I know exactly what my choice is. I know exactly what I want. I want to live, but not under this condition. Oh, fates, hear me out. I call upon you now. Oh, deck of many things. Oh, fate card, hear me out. This is what I desire. Control my fate. Just this once. For now, finally, allow me to be in control of my own life, of my own destiny. And this is what I decree. Didn't Telove, me, the Dragonborn, the Paladin, the Lyressa, the Oathbreaker, the Vampire, the Lover of Gloria, faithful friend, this is the fate I write out for myself. Allow me to become a god. Allow me to be the strongest there ever was, a being truly free. No rules, no restrictions, no one else but me. To hell to every rule. Allow me to rule myself. And that is my decree.
As you finish speaking these words, Calvin smiles simply puts a hand on his chest, closes his eyes, and bows his head a little. And then he vanishes. And we will now return back to the rest of the party.
Ah!
Hold that thought
Have they
then.
returned?
Hi.
When will Koga? There's Koga. Okay. So, you all blink, and Gideon, strangely, seems to have managed to come standing. What you see is a card floating in the air. From it, everyone, whether magically adept or not, can feel power radiating from this card. Power unmatched, unfathomable. You even see light warping around this card from the sheer power that it gathers. Gideon begins to rise off of his feet. A light from the heavens above strikes down. It burns a hole through the roof, through each floor. It burns a hole, and Gideon is then struck with this light from above. This card then disintegrates, igniting in flames of gold and purple as its power is spent. Gideon's wounds are healed, but perhaps not to his plan. He is raised through this light up, and his form vanishes with a thunderous clap that shakes dust off the very dwarven mountain. For miles around, you can see this cloud of dust that settles back on the earth. Foundations are shaken. You can hear several buildings collapsing even. And Gideon has vanished.
Gideon, what did you do?
If hmm.
Anna, should I roll for stress?
Indeed.
Oh boy.
That was what, a wisdom save? That'll go well. 6.
Oh.
Indeed. You do not hold back, though frankly, the wolf is as confused as you are.
Can I get out a word before or as I change? Is it possible?
Indeed. You may get a word out edgewise.
Calm me, please.
And immediate use of calm emotions. No
I-
questions dropped.
Yeah, I think seeing you cast Calm Emotions, the rest of the Rune Shapers around sort of all cast it.
This boy's gonna be so calm, he's gonna be catatonic.
I mean,
This werewolf just got a nice heaping dose of SCP 420-J.
The fucking Buddha's gonna be jealous of how peaceful this man is.
I'm about to fly up into heaven just like Gideon did. I'm about to ascend.
This man is gonna need a beanbag chair and snacks after all this.
And then Barrick, like as he's doing, like right after he casts his calm motion, he's just like, so party. We all remember that Gideon had said something about him still having a card that could change someone's fate. He probably changed his own.
Mara, as soon as she's able, is going to turn towards the nearest window and attempt to jump through it, at least.
Question, did I change? But I'm just a calm wolf just chilling on the ground now or something?
Lana?
yes? Did you have a question directed at my way?
Yes, I did. Did I, with the calm emotions, did I fully transform, but I'm just like a super chill or in control version of wolf self, or did I just not change or something? Or am I just catatonic on the floor as a wolf?
You are indeed Big Wolf, but you are maximum chill.
Hmm.
Val is going to stop Mara from jumping out a window.
I rolled to slip through his grasp, I guess.
Sleight of hand?
A bad roll.
I mean, yeah, I would call that sleight of hand. That seems reasonable.
What are we gonna say for Val stopping Mara from jumping out a window? A strength or dex check? Dex to catch? Strength to stop?
I would say probably Dex, because you're trying to still keep hold whilst Mara is attempting to wriggle against that.
So like a
Athletics?
that's athletics is a strength, but well, you could argue it in this case for athletics being dex potentially.
Yeah, you could roll it as athletics. Otherwise, I would say just simple Dex.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna do a dex check.
That is a 9 on that sleight of hand.
Well, I got a 16 on the die with a +9. So.
Oh.
Yeah, you try and wrestle there, Mara, but Val's steady hands are more than enough to keep grip of you.
Okay. Yeah, Mara's just going to keep squirming around in his grasp. We need to find him. I don't know where he has to be somewhere. We have to find him before something happens.
Mara, he's gone.
No! Don't you dare fucking say that!
Mara, it's likely that something already happened.
Please.
I hate to say it, but something likely already happened. Considering we saw that card, something already happened.
But maybe he just wished to get out of here. He has to be somewhere. Please.
Mara, considering how he was acting right before this,
If
I doubt it was anything good.
there's a chance that I can find him, I need to. Please.
You feel Val like you feel his grip strengthen for just a bit of a second, and then relaxes as he lets you go.
Thank you. And yeah.
Before you jump out the window, Gavin will say,
If you can find any clue as to where he went, possibly another plane, come to me. I can take you to him. Just say the word, and we go.
She just nods, and then indeed she's going to jump out the window and then summon her.
Actually, before Mara jumps out the window, Val's gonna look back to Mara. And he looks sad, by the way. But then you see that sadness wipe away as he says this. If he's happy, you should leave him be.
She just pauses for a moment before. If no one else wants to interrupt.
I'm kidding.
Mara strangles Zerzan. No.
Mara jumps down from the window to strangle Zerzan.
Yeah. She's gonna jump through the window, summon her magic carpet, and begin flying off to go and search for wherever the hell Gideon is.
All right, so
And I mean, like as that happens, Barrick will use the sending stones to the rest of the party, excluding, and the off chance to be on the safe side, he's gonna exclude Gideon. Do we want to tell the rest of my family what he threatened?
I think until we know for sure, possibly what is his current circumstance. Damn it.
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Either way is a bad idea, Dr. Gavin.
Well, considering we'd have to tell them what he was threatening with. That's not exactly non-privileged information.
Val looks at the battery in his hand that Gideon had told him to crush. Yeah. People's lives are at stake, and Gideon already broke that. We should tell them.
we could gloss over a few things, but we could say that he, at the very least, he knew of ways to do so.
That's your call. It's your family, your country. It's what you think is best.
And as I tried to tell Mara earlier, I hate to say it, but considering what card he still had from when he was pulling cards, Gideon changed his fate. Likely changed his fate.
The question is, what did he change his fate to? Is he going to live a simple and peaceful life somewhere else, or is he changing it for the worse?
I can think of a worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
That could also be a best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because he was about to die by our hands as an oath breaker, from what I can assume. So instead, he was healed and taken to whatever heavenly domain awaited him, which would imply he's beyond our reach.
And I would hate to go off of that, but my mind is just sitting here thinking, based off of what we saw and him getting taken through the roof by heavenly light, he changed his fate to be a little more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Or like at the very least a lot stronger. And who knows, maybe he asked for something in relation to, I don't know, a god. But as of now, we won't know for sure until, we're able to find him. But
if
absolutely,
we find him.
Yeah, if we find him. Absolute worst case scenario would be he asked for something like that.
Yeah.
But at the very least,
your family and everyone needs to be prepared. If they see Gideon, we need to be told.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should probably talk aloud to them now.
Yeah.
And I will be Val is going to go off and he is going to write a letter back to Lilarica, to his council.
And Barrick will stay to talk with his family. And, he would actually explicitly ask, like just in the off chance, hey, just, I'm not bullshitting you. Somebody that's not the party, please throw us on a truth down. I will willingly fail this to, just let you know what I'm saying, and he will at least, tell them that the reason why we were so concerned and why we broke out in a fight and why Gavin came in as he did was because Gideon had threatened not only the lives of the family, but like half the city as well.
When you get to that point, Gavin will say,
Thank you all for calming me, by the way. Kill anyone like this and controlled. Also, this is great for my research.
after Val gets done writing his letter to go back home, he'll ask if one of the rune shapers would be nice enough to deliver it or to mail it. And using Sending Stone, he's going to tell the party that we need to look for where the rest of the batteries are. And that if you have a detect magic skill or a means of that, you can find them that way.
Gotcha. And Varric will like affirm is like after I'm done with my family, I'll definitely be out and about looking.
So then, where does all of this fall in with our already established agreement with the king? What is our plan now?
Nothing changes. We're just
Well,
one hand less.
Okay.
I imagine there's going to be questions.
We'll answer them to the best of our ability.
Oh,
Leave
I'm
some things
sure.
out. I'd feel bad about hiding it from him, but he's hiding things from us too.
Yeah.
Lana, how long does this wolf state last? Or how long is it going to last?
Forever.
Oh gosh. Permanently one. With the wolf.
Being as you are so thoroughly calmed, I would say not as long as normal. For 5 hours.
Hmm. I'm going to send a sending stone message to Kitty to let her know that the situation is calmed down, but that Gideon is currently no longer with us. Maybe not dead, but we're not sure how that's working out right now. As she would have heard everything over the sending stone as well.
Quick note, quick ping to the rest of the party, excluding Gideon. But if she doesn't already know, we should let her know.
Alright. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to take what time I have left in this wolf form right now to study just basically how it's working with me at the helm, essentially. To get a feel for it, see, possibly help with the future transformations.
So, So, what are you trying to do specifically? Like to feel out where he is, to reach out to him? What? Could I just have a few more specifics?
Wolf, especially with all me, take what I'm feeling out, see what I understand of possible, put that into a theory or a formula or something for the future in case there are future out of control transformations. Or possibly to see if I can maybe transform in the future of my own will and not go into a berserker rage.
Okay.
You want me to roll anything?
I might ask to put a pin in that, and we can revisit that later,
Fair enough.
if you do not mind.
I'll give my voice a rest for now.
I did not catch that.
He said he's going to give his voice a rest for now.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So then, what's everyone else doing? I mean, you are stood there in the hallway, in whatever position you are in. There's light filtering down through the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, Val went off to go take care of the letter. Barrick was was talking to his family about what happened, minus a few details. And he's like, "Hey, if you guys, just to let you guys know, I'm not bullshitting you. Like somebody could drop a zone of truth. I will willingly fail this, and be like, hey, he was telling us he was threatening the family and like half the city."
Okay.
And
Yeah, as you address your family, so they sort of nod, and most decide not to ask any further questions. Though you certainly get the feeling that your father will likely be taking you aside to ask more specifics later.
fully understandable. uh, and then I know Val had mentioned after he was done with his letter that if anyone had detect magic, to go out and see if Gideon hid any of the batteries out and about. Because Val had mentioned that they could be picked up via detect magic.
Okay.
And that's what Barrick will likely do. And then Mara, if I recall, is looking for
Yeah, Mara's looking for
Gideon.
Gideon.
Yeah.
She's not even here.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
jumped out a window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Goodbye.
And then I'm not sure what Susan planning on doing.
So, for Mara,
Yeah.
you look and look around, and eventually you're led to the same place that those magically searching for the batteries end up. you end up finding Gideon's belongings neatly folded and left in very well arranged fashion at Lyrasha's temple. The batteries, all of them are there, all accounted for, except for the one that Val already had.
And-
Except for the two that Gideon had taken out that the party saw.
Yeah. All of the batteries are accounted for.
I assume that also means the sending stone.
Indeed.
Mara lands down, and looks down at the belongings. Staring at them, just staring, not really knowing what to say or do. She's going to try and see. She's going to, in a last-ditch effort, try seeing if she can pray to Ophelia and see if she and try and see if she can tell her where he went.
All that you get a sense of is to look up to the sky above.
He does.
What you see are the clouds and the heavenly expanses up and beyond, where most folk, farmers, travelers, the average day-to-day citizen of the world tend to casually believe that the gods live.
Gideon. I. Mara's just going to pick up all of Gideon's stuff. She'll probably take just one more loop around the city, just on the slim chance that she'll just find him hanging out in a shopping district or something before she heads back. She doesn't go inside, but instead she goes up onto the roof, sits down, hugging her knees close to her chest, and He starts to cry.
Okay. Now, Val, you were penning that letter, correct?
Yeah, I was penning a letter.
Okay. And what were the contents of? Just so that I may know.
Basically, the contents were that it back to Lilarica that if they saw Gideon, because this is directed to like I can't think of his name right now, but the head of the guard, and to the priestess as well, the head priestess of the Salos there. That as well as the council. That was the other one. That if they saw Gideon in Lilarica to let him know immediately or as soon as possible.
All right. That letter is then sent off. Shortly, you do find that the home is under investigation. After you've sent this letter out, there's soon armed guard from the fortress castle. They're asking questions of the other rune shapers. They have mages inspecting just what went on. There's as well what you can see just from your position. You can see that there is crews going around repairing the city, fixing buildings, rescuing people from inside them.
There's a like, I'm sorry, I blanked out for a minute. Is this like cleanup thing going on in the Dwarven city right now, or is this like somewhere else?
This is absolutely happening in the Dwarven City, like right now. Like you can see crews moving around. Some are even putting out fires because even having been indoors, you were more than aware that some buildings had collapsed from whatever power Gideon had unleashed.
And Zerzan will be out there doing her best to assist, since the extra strength from her suit should be able to help lift rubble.
Then absolutely, you go out, and although you get strange looks, as soon as the dwarves realize that you're there to help their own, they turn their suspicious looks away. Some point you toward their buildings, some have you help just shifting large boulders. You receive plenty of thanks for it. It's useful because later, when you are invariably questioned as for what happens, others of the dwarven people, they speak for you, saying that you seem to hold no harm toward them.
Nice.
Though you are left with memories, finding people crushed underneath, you're left with questions, of course. What power could this one man have held in his hand? What things could there even be in the world? You know of rumors of things that are theoretically powerful enough. And then strange gold-purple flame that had engulfed the card that you saw, and that light from above. What could it be? Even more so, these strange cube-like objects, these batteries, they called them, items of seeming power enough that Gideon could threaten to destroy one and wipe a city off the map. Perhaps picturing what destruction could one of these cause if it had been unleashed, if the power he did let loose did this much damage. How much worse could those have been?
I will keep some questions in the back of my mind for when the appropriate time is there to ask it.
I mean, if anything, when the night does wind down and you're there, sat in the Rune Shaper home, as it has become your effective home here, where the quiet of the party reigns over the room, there's no better time to ask.
Oh, my main question is, do we still have these battery things in our possession, and can I study them carefully, of course? But technology to this degree is certainly something that interests me, and understanding it even more so.
I think, unless any were recovered during during the time that Val, after Val had sent his letter to go and look for them using detect magic, there's just the two that he got off of Gideon.
The rest of them was at Lyresh's temple.
Oh,
With
okay.
the rest
I'm
with the rest of Gideon's stuff.
okay. So I just missed that part.
Yep.
Gavin also has one.
But yeah, if there is time to spare and if no one would have any issue with me doing it, I would like a relatively quiet place and just time to study these things.
How are you going to do that in character?
My brain is too fried to do stuff in character.
Yeah,
That's a mood, especially
to be
with all that's
fair,
happened.
Yeah.
to be fair, questions like that could be held for next session, considering the time.
It is. Yeah, it is definitely later than we usually, I think, play.
Well, no, like it is almost midnight. We usually end up going to like right up to midnight, if not a little bit further.
Well, yeah, and besides,
What?
this isn't like the answer to the question is either no, we don't feel comfortable with you messing with these, or yeah, here you go, go nuts. And then the rest would basically just probably be a couple rolls to see if I can learn anything about them, which shouldn't take more than a couple minutes.
I think
Val,
the general rule, based on what we know already, would be
I know Val would.
don't be too invasive with it. Don't jangle them around too much or anything.
I will slam them together as hard as I can.
No, do not. That's already happened. That literally ripped a hole in space time.
Do not be little
I would-
Gideon.
I would literally be handling them as if they were already like fractured glass. Like I would be
This
handling
is-
them as careful as possible. I also
This is
have
already fractured glass that if I drop it will blow up the sun.
Yeah. I have various, I think I have detect magic even, so I could cast detect magic on it And if I notice the magic auras start to change in a way that I don't like, I just stop what I'm doing and back up a bit.
Gavin will ask to at least see your notes because he's studying a few things himself about wolfness right now. But I'm not putting on the voice changer. I'm just gonna say outright. This would be. This isn't the best area to do it, but whatever info you can get is appreciated. In the future, we have a few spots out where you can experiment with it as you please. Safer areas with many more resources.
Anything that I learn will, of course, be made readily available knowledge to any who wish to learn. It would not do to withhold information from anybody. It's just
I will
asking for
also-
more trouble.
I will also give Zerzin any notes that I currently have on what technology we do currently have and have observed, stuff like the robot people and my gun and just basic things that I've seen and the languages and data and schematics that I've learned from sifting through the data in the one site's computer. Good place as any to
Knowledge.
start. Knowledge for the brain hole. Feed yourself.
But yeah, that is what I would like to be doing. So I don't know if there's what roles I would make for that, if any. Lana, my boy.
I won't have you make any roll for it right now, but I'm more than pleased to indeed let you start researching it. I mean, what you notice right off the bat upon holding it, especially being an artificer, is the comical level of energy that this device contains. Like, you as an artificer, hold this, and here, actually, I'll type the rest of this piece of information.
Excellent, because my brain is too fried to remember anything you're about to tell me.
Hey, Mr. Woody, have you
Yes,
played Subnautica or do you know anything about Subnautica?
I have played some of it.
Ion Cell or Ion Cube. Yeah, no, it's that.
Lana described it to me as the black boxes from Nier Automata, which is such a terrifying level of power that I'm too intimately familiar with.
You see this little cylinder I have, this nondescript cylinder. If I throw it at you and shoot it, the world will explode.
You want to watch me tear open a hole in the fabric of space-time?
I swear to God, if I have to use one of my fucking favors again to fix shit, I'm going to strangle the fucker who caused it.
Want to see me do it
No,
again?
no,
There's a
no,
portal.
don't do it this time. Gavin will just learn from it with Zerzin and Barrack, and we'll create a TARDIS with it. We'll develop time travel.
There's a literal like portal to hell when demons are pouring through, and I just walk up to Val like poking my fingertips together like, "Hey, I got a favor to ask."
Are you willing to die? Also, Gideon, shut the fuck up. I did have to fix it. You were going to destroy this Lylaricon. Don't you me? It was growing.
It was expanding very slowly, but enough to be a concern. Soon. Which we would have had to have fixed later if we didn't fix it right then.
It was either a now problem or a later problem. There was no in between.
And the later version was gonna be worse.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Maybe if he had a little backbone.
Lana, I wish to have Val go evil now.
We've jump started his villain arc.
Alright, look, mate, we already had one character do that, okay?
Okay, why not another?
Yeah, someone's got to replace him.
This is the start of the game where the entire party turns evil. All right, we're shifting our focus to world domination.
So are we doing anything else in this session?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Lana, did you want me to make any rolls this session, or did we want to go over wolf questions and whatnot next time?
Likely we will go over wolf questions. We can even hit that this next Friday.
Okay. This next Friday, are we not having Spelljammer this next Friday?
Well, you had wanted me to take a visit, so.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
Good points.
Hmm.
Good point. I can roll physical dice in front of you and be terrible at it.
All right then. Well, if we're not doing anything else, then
Time to sign off.
Yep, I hope anyone watching enjoyed. Just a reminder, we play theoretically every other Friday. At this point, it's more like a monthly series, but hey. But yeah, I've also started streaming more than just D&D. I don't have any specific schedule. I just sort of do it whenever I want, usually sometime around 3-4 p.m. CST. So if you're interested, you know, I play games. Yeah. But yeah.
CST nerd.
But yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you next